Well, weeks after Hurricane Debbie brushed past Tampa Bay, residents in two of our hardest hit counties went before county commissioners today wanting answers and wanting more done. They're asking that more be done about the flooding that they experienced, flooding that they've never seen before in parts of Manatee and Sarasota counties. A recent assessment shows Debbie did about $100 million worth of damage in those two counties.
Some Sarasota residents believe the surge in construction is partly to blame for the flooding that inundated their neighborhoods. While in Manatee County, many have questions about recent water releases from the Lake Manatee Dam. That is where we'll begin. Fox 13's Arial Plasencia was at the Manatee County Commission meeting today. So what happened, Ariel?
Well, you know, Haley, a discussion about recent flooding and the Lake Manatee Dam was not on the agenda for today's meeting, but county commissioners brought in experts to talk about these topics after several residents brought up their frustrations during the public comment section.
This could be your neighborhood next.
Manatee County residents brought pictures of their flooded homes to show commissioners Tuesday.
Every time it rains, we flood.
After Debbie and other recent rounds of heavy rain, residents are fed up with flooding.
Never had a river in my house.
Telling the commission that what they've experienced this year is like nothing they've experienced before.
Under your leadership, Manatee County has allowed new development without proper attention to drainage and roads.
So on Tuesday, residents flooded commissioners with questions.
We lost food, we lost equipment. I mean, what's going to happen when the next storm comes?
What is actively being done in regards to the flooding and its mitigation?
This is all questions that people want to know, but you guys have kind of clammed up and haven't really addressed the public on some of these questions. Thank you.
County experts did address some of these concerns Tuesday, relying on numbers to explain the county's decision to release water from the Lake Manatee Dam during Tropical Storm Debbie.
My answer to all this is 17 inches of rain.
And as a result of that record rainfall brought by Debbie, the county said it released 18 billion gallons of water that flowed through the reservoir, which only has a capacity for 1/3 that amount.
There's simply no way to put 18 billion gallons in a 6 billion gallon container. So in those cases, we have no choice but to allow the water to flow through and protect the infrastructure of the dam.
The county reiterated their same stance Tuesday, saying that releasing water from the dam did not cause flooding in Lakewood Ranch. However, they did admit that the county's communication with downstream residents could be improved moving forward.
We are fully sympathetic and we know that there's real suffering.
Now, there was also a very long discussion today about improving communication between residents and the county. So also today, county commissioners voted to allow people to call into their meetings, basically allowing people to make public comment by phone down the line. Now, in addition, if you go on Facebook and you go on the Manatee County, Florida government page, you'll see that you can't write any comments on their posts. Well, also today, the county asked their county attorney to review their social media procedures so that they can have a discussion at their next meeting and get those comments turned back on. Haley.
Interesting. I think we all know on social media, people tend to tell you exactly what's on their mind at the moment. All right, we'll see what happens. Ariel, thank you.